2023 has been a stellar year for driver releases, and in today's video we're going to discuss my top 5 drivers for good golfers. We all know that might mean a driver that performs better out of the centre of the face, and generally that might well mean a low spin variant of a certain driver family. And when we get straight into it, guys, in at number 5 I have the Srixon ZX7 driver. I really enjoyed testing this earlier on in the year. For me, this is a lovely blend of forgiveness and low spin. You'll see we've got weights on the toe and the heel there. It also features that world-renowned rebound frame. This is of course the Mark II model. It comes with an adjustable shaft, so what I really like about this is I can put the lie angle up and the loft up. That's something which for me is fantastic, and I will use that more and more if I was using this driver. We've also got that awesome face which is morphed with the rebound frame to allow you to get a lovely sound off this driver and mega low spin. The head shape for me looks absolutely delightful. It's very, very small. I love the matte finish on there. I love the premiumness. I love how premium this driver looks from all angles. Yes, there is a lower spin model of this. Yes, there is a more forgiving model of this. For me, this is the perfect middle ground for good golfers. It's the perfect middle ground for someone who wants the ball to perform perfectly out the middle of the face, but also give you that air of forgiveness time and time and time again. And did I mention that it goes like this? How have I not spent more time with this driver in 2023? There are quite a few uncontracted players using the Srixon drivers, and for very good reason for me. That's in at number 5 of my top 5 drivers for good golfers of 2023. Okay, so Srixon has been at number 5. What is coming in at number 4? Guys, do me a favour and get in the comments below. Let me know, what would your top 5 drivers for the better golfer be of 2023? Does it have to be a low spin model? Would you stick with something nice and forgiving like a Titleist TSR2 that Brian Harman used to win the Open Championship last week? Because let's face it, I'd class him as a good golfer, but the TSR2 would potentially not be the lowest spin driver or the better players driver in Titleist lineup for this year, would it? In at number 4, I have a driver which I absolutely despise the name of, but love the look of, and even love more the performance of. It is, of course, the Cobra Aerojet LS. This driver looks absolutely gorgeous to me. It's jam-packed full of technology. As you can see, we have that stunning carbon crown, which to me makes it one of the best looking drivers at address of 2023, which is something which a lot of golfers don't often think of. I love this white ring around the back edge of it. That for me just gives me a little bit more confidence that I can see a little bit of real estate at the back there. Then we talk shelf appeal. That carbon effect does continue on the bottom. You'll see we've got the power shell, we've got the power bridge. We've even got these movable weights here where I have a 12-gram weight in the toe and a 3-gram weight in the heel. You can obviously change those round. The heavyweight at the moment is in a fade setting. This for me is what kind of splits this and the Srixon together. That had weights on heel and toe as well, but for me, I love the idea that I can put this in a fade setting. Even though it is a low spin driver, we have the HOT face. And for me, another thing that I really like the look of, and a common trend in this video, is that I like the look and the sound of these drivers. So many people in the comments will be saying, James, I don't care what a driver sounds like, but when a driver sounds like this, it's kind of hard not to think, you know what, I really, really like that. That was a lovely low penetrating ball flight. You can tell this is the LS model. For me, I do actually quite like the standard Aerojet model. I think it's really, really nice and forgiving. It doesn't sound quite as nice as the LS for me, but then, I don't know, it's a different driver, isn't it? That's in at number 4. Guys, do you think your driver is going to be in my top 3 drivers for the better golfer, let's face it, for good golfers of 2023? And which driver so far would you choose if you had to? Guys, proper random one, but it is in fact my birthday today, Sunday the 30th of July. Thank you so much for all the birthday wishes that I have had on my multiple platforms. If you want to give me a birthday present, guys, throw a like on this video, subscribe if you haven't done already. We are so close to 250,000 subscribers. I'd love you to be a part of it. I'd love to get there today on my birthday, although it's not looking likely unless you can subscribe, guys. Invite a friend as well, see if they want to see the top 5 drivers for the better golfer. Apart from that, let's get back to the video. Thank you so much for the continued support. It really does mean the world. Time to go and eat cake and drink beer. This may be a bit of a shock, but in at number 3, I have the TaylorMade Stealth 2 Plus driver. It's together with its 60 times carbon twist face, with its fantastic movable weight technology, that 15 gram weight at the back, just giving you an ounce of forgiveness, which I really like the idea of. And of course a speed pocket, which gets you more ball speed on those low face hits. For me, the fact that you've got a 15 gram movable weight in here and a 15 gram weight at the back really does just show how versatile this club can be. You obviously have loft changes you can do here as well. I quite like the look on top, but I'm not gonna lie, I did prefer the look of the standard Stealth where it had that matte carbon finish. That's obviously a kind of triaxial carbon weave, and you can see just how shiny that is on the top. For me, this could be higher, and to be honest, it potentially should be higher, but I really do like the look and the sound of this. One of the things that few people might not like is that it is a very low spin driver. Like, if you're a kind of, I don't want to put a handicap bracket on it, but if you struggle to launch the ball in the air, this year might not be the driver for you unless you go and get properly fitted within an inch of its life, which I'd kind of recommend anyway. If you were going to spend the money, that's what the TaylorMade guys will tell you. Make sure you get the correct loft, get the right shaft, and get the correct head for you. The Plus isn't the head for everyone, but for me, when I get a ball flight like this, oh, that's the best drive I've hit in a long time. This driver always makes me wonder why it's not in my bag. It really does. That's one of the things which I can't quite get my head around. Like, I've put this in at number 3, it could quite easily be number 2, be number 1. Speaking of number 2 and number 1, you might start to get the gist now of what's going to be left in this. Guys, what driver is going to be number 2? Let me know. Oh, you know, this is a really interesting one because I've actually put this driver in the bag for the last few weeks, not only because of the performance that you get out the centre of the face, like that, but the performance you get out of miss hits as well. You'll see that there's quite a few sporadic, yeah, I have hit all of those. Or start it left and just hit a flat pull down the left hand side of the fairway. You'll see there's quite a few sporadic strike marks and tee marks there. Yes, I have hit all of those, but I really like this driver. I love the LS Tech model. I love the fact you've got that kind of forged face. I love the fact you've got that tungsten weight at the back where you can move it for draw and fade. I personally don't do that because I don't like the idea of kind of shifting equilibrium of a driver there. I like it being central, but the big thing for me is that carbon flyer wrap. That looks so good down at the ball. It looks absolutely gorgeous. You can see the sun gleaming off that. It's almost a different carbon, isn't it? I really do like that kind of matte carbon effect. I hate the turbulators on top. I'm not sure how much of a job they realistically do, but looking at that, how good does that look to be down at the ball? It looks stunning. It could quite easily have been number 1, but the reason why I like it so much really is that it is so easy to launch up in the air. That one's just fading to the right hand side. It's not a club where you can really kind of play it down as a bullet. For me, it's a little bit too easy to launch for that, but the forgiveness massively outweighs that. I think it is so important to have forgiveness in a driver no matter how good you are. Even the world's best players do want more forgiveness as well as more performance when you strike it out the centre. Guys, it's time. It's time to talk about the number 1 driver for 2023 for the better golfer. The golfer who needs that low spin, the golfer who needs that high bombing ball flight, the golfer who hits more fairways than not, who never loses a golf ball, who needs, what do you think it is, guys? Get in the comments below. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It is, of course, the Callaway Paradigm Triple Diamond driver. This thing is no slouch. This thing is absolutely deadly, seriously. Probably the longest driver I've ever hit. When I tested this at the start of the year, I even had to ring Callaway and be like, Callaway, it wasn't, but Callaway, is this driver a legal head? Is this a demo head? Is it a dud? Am I gonna get in trouble if I play golf against my dad or my brother with this? I probably wouldn't do anyway, but they assured me it was a legal head. I even got another one to test and that was equally as fast. I was getting ball speeds which I just don't get, to be honest. And even on miss hits, I mean, the reason why it's not in the bag at the moment is the pilot, it's not the club. And I mean, for me, I like to kind of change things up mid-season a little bit, but to be honest, I can see myself very much going back to this very soon, because when you get this right, and emphasis on when you get this right, this could be potentially the best ever. And I think Callaway have got a huge problem next year, because how are they going to better it? Yes, they'll have a different name, they'll have a marketing ploy. So this is the movable weighted version. So you can see this is my fitted specs, and I have a 6 gram weight in the front there, and I have a 10 gram weight in the back there. The standard versions come with a 14 gram and a 2 gram weight. You can get the weight packs anyway, so you can make yours like this as well. But next year they will have a non-adjustable weighted driver. I don't know what it'll be called. I mean, let's be fair, the name is still god awful, isn't it? That's taken some getting used to. But that 360 forged carbon wrap is absolutely unbelievable. We have forged carbon on the bottom, we have triaxial carbon on top. I absolutely love that top line. To me, that screams old school TaylorMade M2, and that was a vibe back in the day. Then we have that little bit of kind of weighting at the back there, just to help you get a little bit more forgiveness. Now, triple diamond always used to be taut only. It used to be top secret. Normal golfers couldn't get these. Now we can get them readily. It's a tiny bit longer in the shaft as standard as well. Does that help you with the ball speed? Of course it does, because it's going to help you with more club head speed, but the sound and feel of this is phenomenal as well. I'm going to hit this down there, and I want to compare this. The best drive I've hit so far today is the TaylorMade Stealth 2 Plus. I've nailed that. I don't think I'll be able to get past that, even maybe with a good one of these. That shows how good all of these drivers are today. But if I get past it, then that's surely the crown for best driver ever. Pressure's on, I need a good swing. I've nailed it as well. I've nailed it as well. That gives me so much joy. I can't tell you how much. When you put a good swing on this, you just feel like an absolute boss. Guys, this is normally where I'd end this video, but we've got some unfinished business to attend to, because this is at number 1. I need to know if it's got down there the furthest. So guys, whilst we get down there, please do me a huge favour, get in the comments below and let me know. First of all, what do you think to my top 5? This is opinional. There are so many other drivers that could have made their way in here. The Titleist TSR3 is an outstanding driver. PXG, Mizuno, they all have fantastic drivers at the moment, but it just takes some beating. There's 2 balls down there neck and neck there exactly. Look how close together these balls are, by the way. I've hit all 5 of those pretty good, but they're neck and neck down that fairway. I think that pretty much shows just where golf's at the moment when it comes to new drivers. They're exactly, they're bang next to each other. I can't get... Guys, what driver are you using as well? Get in the comments, let me know. They're neck and neck. I can't believe how close they are together. That is unreal. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Smash that subscribe button below. We are so close to 250,000 subscribers. I'd love you to be a part of it. And the Paradigm's done it by a yard. That is frightening. They are both Callaway Chrome Soft balls. The TaylorMade driver did have the triple track, and the Paradigm had this little emblem on here. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Smash that subscribe button. That's one of the best videos I think I've ever done. Apart from that, I'll see you all at the same time tomorrow. Goodbye.